consideration on the draft of Bigatron, that could be the recipe for disaster. It's the same order. It's going to be Evos on the blue side, Bigatron on the right.
Yeah. Welcome to the drafting phase, ladies and gentlemen, for game number 3, the final game of this best of 3. And like you mentioned, still the same side for 3 games in a row with a very similar set of bans coming through as well. Literally nothing has changed from the side of Evos except, wait a minute, Paquito is now open. Kaja gets banned. Bigatron goes for a Faramis ban. So, are they going to go for a Paquito ban here or a Valentina ban here?
Huge statement as well. Joy, right? Game 1, win. Game 2, win. I feel like Joy should be considered to be banned, but no. It seems like Bigatron, they will ban out another mage, Valentina.
So, Joy or Paquito was the question. That was answered. They're going to go for a Joy here.
They get that Joy in the hands of most likely Taz, but at the same time, Paquito available, picked up immediately, can still be flexed into the hands of Super Ken. Overall, seems like it's a bit of a win for Bigatron, but one more pick, it's going to be that Kadita as well. Evos, what can they get? Crowd control. They have shown to require a lot of it going up against a team as mobile, as outplay heavy as Bigatron Alpha.
Wow, this is an interesting approach from Bigatron, right? It seems like almost like game 2 where Kadita first pick, Joy and Wanon appeared in the Bigatron side. Will Evos Legends copy that similar style here with Kadita showing up? Already Joy secured. Will Brands go for the 1-1?
I wonder if he's picked it up this season.
I don't think this season.
Exactly, because according to my book, he hasn't, but I might be wrong,
Your
right?
Bible.
Human error. My Bible, my MLBB Bible. But so, no, he doesn't go for that same route. He answers that with a Claude. And finally, that secure pick for Fluffy on the Terizla. That is such a huge game changer for Evos.
This also means that they're going to go all in into that team fight composition, though. Against a Kadita, against a Paquito. So much mobility. You start to wonder, can Fluffy maintain the same kind of pressure that Sorizo can on this pick if he's going to try and roam around? And on the Claude, can you outrun Sorizo with the usual setup, the sprint and the quantum charge? We've seen the Claudes, despite all the movement speed you can try and get, you still cannot outrun a hero like a Paquito.
Especially going up against a Kadita, which somehow forces his Claude on towards a Purify. But there you go, another hero that can overwhelm that Purify. A very good pick, right? Franco, suppressed, which somehow also neutralizes, in a sense, that Joy pick.
Exactly. There's a certain layer of respect from Coach Aldo in comparison to Coach Age. With Joy being picked up, there was no solution towards it. But here, Aldo drafts a solution, and Bigatron, they're going to start to take away that playmaking tool that Evos are usually accustomed to, which is what we saw from game number 1. Edith gets banned out.
I was about to say that they are definitely going to ban the Edith, because previously, good frontline, good DPS. Edith brings both those things into the composition, and not a lot of heroes can really fill in those shoes. Now, without an extra frontline and damage dealer at the same time for Evos, they don't have nearly the same kind of late game teamfight presence. Without the Edith as well, it's going to limit the hero pool for Van. They will ban away the 1-1, but at this point, there's still so many more options available in the current meta.
So what do Bigatron want to... What do they want to limit now? With the Edith being taken out, do they perhaps want to go for a Leslie? No, they want to take a Leslie, so they go for the Atlas. Again, another playmaker taken away from Evos Legends. They know how much Evos Legends find success when there's a lot of tools available for them to utilize.
Oh, it's going to be nasty AoE setup as well if Atlas was available, right? You got the penalty zone, Atlas Fatalings, and that pleasing the way. A lot of AoEs, a lot of team fight heavy composition that potentially Evos Legends could bring. So a good spot to ban it out. But it seems like Evos Legends, they will commit to another marksman ban. With this Leslie though, it's straightforward. You pick up a Claude, you ban the counter.
Now you can pick up the Clint.
Ooh.
What do you think about that?
You can pick up the Clint, you can pick up the Brody. Options are available, but for Bigatron, it's very straightforward. We want to go aggressive, we want to get damage. Before, with the Franco, there wasn't a lot of follow-up, a lot of burst damage. With the Paquito and Kadira, a good mix of both I think it's good if they get some more and try and take away more engages. The less that Evos can engage on Bigatron, the more Bigatron can play that macro-heavy game and take advantage of the lack of a map for Evos Legends.
But I mean, technically, Evos can still utilize something like the Franco.
Oh, what?
No, not the Franco. Kufra, I mean. Right? Does Van Strong play Kufra?
Yes.
It's possible, but this carry pick, this is dangerous, man. Against a full teamfight comp like this, against a Joy in particular, there's a lot of ways that this carry will be forced to just stay in the back and get completely zoned out of a fight. Mid lane still isn't the reveal for Evos. Long range maybe, but security is something they have to take into consideration with a Paquito and Franco and Kadita in the Land of Dawn.
Yeah. Back to the Kufra pick. I feel like this is the perfect time to draft Van Strong or Kufra. Why? It forces more Saken onto a Purify, which makes him a juicier target for that Joy. So a very good, solid pick if they pick up the Kufra. And they're going for another Rock though. Yves post-patch. Is it still good, Arash?
Yeah, let's talk about that.
It's definitely still effective, but it's no longer as oppressive. In a way, you still have the same kind of flexibility, defensive tools that allow you to be a bit more slippery, a bit more survivable, which is great against this composition from Bigatron Alpha, but you don't have the same kind of slows that can stop this Paquito and Kadita and Carry technically from moving into your team. To make things worse, Bigatron, they have taken up that Baxia. There's not a lot of units available, not a lot of heroes that can counter how tanky this Baxia can get. This is a dangerous spot for Evos to be in.
And it's very fast-paced, right, for Bigatron. They're saying that they want to win and out those in rotations. They want to try and go for that early game oppression with the Kadita, with the Paquito, who gets that mid-power spike as well to out-rotate, which is exactly what a Paquito can do, going 1v1 in lane against the Charizla.
It's a cheeky pick, right? They picked up the carry, the counter for Baksha as well. Well, there's already Claude, but a very good pick up here, Baksha. I want to see how he bowed in post-patch.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. And the fact is, without Super Ken on those heroes that he can utilize to outplay, will it, be a good pick for him? Baxia.
Baxia, man. I think the speed is what he's going to rely on, but we're going to go straight into the Land of Dawn.
And here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to game number 3. Evos and Bigatron both standing at a 1-1. Who is going to be able to pick up the next points? Who's going to come out on top? And who is the better ISF team? We'll answer that shortly as coming into the game, Super Vin already caught super low.
Super is the name of the game right here for Bigatron. They have all the movement speed, they have all the pressure tools to threaten the whole backline of Evos, but at the same time, Kaz, I think the burden of the game is on his shoulders. If Bigatron Alpha can just move forward undeterred, I think Evos will have a very difficult time because no one will be able to target Super Saiyan, and that is where Taz is the only member that can do so. Looking at the emblems, I mean, a lot of vitalities, and I think the pull is up together in the hands of the Yves is just a big respect towards the pickup potential of Bigatron Alpha.
And it's cool, right? Because we see a change happen in the choice of emblem. Coming in for the Claude, no longer Brave Smite. He goes in for Quantum Charge instead, understanding that in the lane matchup, Claude versus Super Saiyan on the carry, I think Claude has a little bit more of an advantage in that laning phase.
In the laning phase, definitely. Claude is just a lot more flexible, a lot more survivable. In an all-in, maybe the carry can get an advantage. But until then, until he can force that, we'll have to see. Fluffy, though, gets ganked out.
Oh, luckily the shield unity wasn't connected, but Taz might commit to this? No, he wasn't sure as the turtle will spawn. So now the fight will be more focused on towards the turtle. Almost stolen there. Browns though chunked. So it's a 1v1, typical 1v1 now. Let's focus on the turtle. Super Ken already in the vicinity, as well as Taz. Chorizo looking for another angle. See, Vin isn't level 4 though, so there's no hunt. Super Ken focuses down on turtle. Penalty zone to cancel it out. Super Ken still finds the retry. The backside, Krite was caught by Chorizo and Moreno. Good knockup as Fluffy will be the next casualty. Evos Legends, they lose out on the fight and the objective.
Absolutely nothing taken by the White Tigers here, ladies and gentlemen, around that first. Oh, Bronze gets taken down as well in the bottom lane. It does get traded back though. A small win for Evos, but still, Bigatron Alpha winning it out all around, even in talent prediction, as it's a 4 versus 2.
Oh man, almost a 2,000 gold lead, Rashi, 3 minutes in.
I mean, Bigatron Alpha, this is what we expected. Big early game plays, and the backline from Evos Legends, they're just way too vulnerable. There are no cover tools at all this time. Maybe a DPZ, right? A defensive penalty zone could be used, but look at the hunt.
Oh, good night, Taz! Bloody Hunt will lock him down now. Van Strong and Krite rotating towards the mid, trying to provide cover for Brands potentially. As of course, the supers will rotate towards that gold lane, but no commitments for the engage just yet.
It's so unfortunate for Evos Legends having a Claude in the same lane as a carry, and yet your Claude is the one that falls behind with so much impact coming in from all the other players from Bigatron Alpha rotating towards that bottom line and aiding a Super Saken. Evos Legends, that one winning lane that they had, they don't have it anymore.
Take a look at the burst there from Chorizo. My goodness. Now it's a 2v1. Fluffy will soak the damage. Penalty zone forced to somehow survive. He still is okay, but man, that was another good setup by the Red Robots.
Signature play from Bigatron, taking place in both lanes, both sides of the map at the same time. Pressuring the EXP lane, but still making sure that Super Saken has all the space in the world to get dominant in that gold lane. With the turret going down, with the turtle spawning, Super Chorizo once again just takes so much attention away. He might fall though.
A charge onto Chorizo. Chorizo gets taken out. That's a good trade for Evos Legends, punishing a mistake by the EXP lane.
It's one kill for a turtle though. For Bigatron Alpha, it's definitely worth it, and that is the impact we were talking about when Super Chorizo is given heroes he can use to roam around, to be a constant pressure on the opposing team. You can see the lane swap already coming in for Bigatron Alpha, and looking at the items, still leg states for Supervin, but look at that, Van Strong zoned away, only with a mix of items, not enough gold income to do anything. Level 5.
Not just yet, exactly. They're all falling quite far behind. There's a significance in goal difference as well as Fluffy though.
Quicker penalty zone, good hunt. Saken will be taken out still by Taz. Stun by Super Ken on towards a member. But it seems like no engages more from the Red Robots. It's a 1-for-0.
Yeah, it looks like Bigatron Alpha, they utilized that bloody hunt to utilize it onto Fluffy instead of Taz. So Super Saken, he was very vulnerable in the backline to the damage from the Joy.
I think like earlier, like Super Vin used the Bloody Hunt to try and peel, right? Save Saken from the situation, but it didn't land on the right person. Look at Super Moreno though.
Good slow. Super Moreno will be taken down by Fluffy. Super Saken joining the fray for B2 now. If they really want to commit, the time is now. But it seems like they do not have enough resources. Van Strong going in. Super Saken showing. Is this a mistake? Oh, the re-engage. Conceal play from the backside. Van Strong soaking damage. Fluffy now caught. No penalty zone popped just yet. Good wall charge to the front side. Dealing damage on towards Chorizo, but in the backside, Super Defense survives. Fluffy though will be the only casualty for now. Super Ken soaking damage. Good engage by Taz as he was able to take Saken down.
This is the danger for Bigatron Alpha. You win in the pickoffs, you win in the mobility, but in a big team fight with a Grok, with a Yin, with a Joy, and a Claude, they have to find ways constantly to try and save Super Saken in the late game, because even if they trade 1 or 2 members, as long as Brand stays alive, I think Super Saken, he just needs to stay alive as long as possible in those big fights. But look at the damage though.
Whoa.
That's a lot of damage. Doesn't Oh, wait a minute. Super Vin already being very, very annoying towards Taz's rotations and giving pressure on towards his buff. He might have to actually let that go for now. The Lord hasn't yet to spawn. You can see Evos putting some pressure here in the top lane. They want to go for it.
Yeah, it seems like they know that Chorizo is isolated. They will take him down. No compensations forward side of Bigatron Alpha, though the bot side is quite exposed, so they might find compensation with that.
It's pushing. But Bronzier looking for the same idea in the top lane with all the amount of people from the side of Evos being poised and postured in the top side. It looks like they're looking for the next turret as well.
Ooh, Hans almost shunked Super Ken. Luckily, he is very low on mana. Now let's see here. They are trying to cut the rotation of Franco and Carry, it seems like the Joy. Very, very good. A good wall charge, and there you go. The collapse. Vin gets taken down instantly. Bigatron Alpha, they need to be careful if they really want to go with this momentum.
They have to watch how they are moving around in formation, because if Super Vin is the one getting jumped on, he can't really provide any kind of help, any kind of security. Evos Legends, even though they lose in the mobility, they win out in the trap game. You know, just waiting in ambush for Bigatron Alpha. And back to the point earlier, if they keep doing stuff like this, Super Saiyan is going to have a very difficult time. And in the late game, as annoying and as unfortunate as it sounds, the gold lane becomes one of the most important roles. And as long as the gold lane stays alive, the longer the fight goes, the more you win. So I think Bigatron Alpha, they're working a bit against the clock here.
And with that being said, it's kind of deja vu to game number 1. The fact that Bigatron Alpha don't really have a lot of tools to work with. They're banking on their pickoff. And in comparison to Evos Legends, who went fully onto AoE team fight composition. And we saw that Evos Legends were able to win it out in game number 1. So Bigatron Alpha, another challenge.
Oh, Super Saiyan. Free hitting though, the backside. Super Vin will be taken out though. But it seems like there is no clear win for Bigatron from that trade. Bigatron Alpha slowly, the lead slowly diminishes as the Lord though will be hovered around. Super Chorizo now caught in a 3v1. Still able to somehow escape. But it seems like it's, again, all calm before the storm now.
Ooh, look at the positioning coming from Super Moreno. He's looking for a chance. He might find it. Super Chorizo, though, unable to have the same kind of impact, the same kind of split push. Super Moreno makes the play happen, but not enough. And now the ultimates are available once again for Evos. Super Saiyan. Oh!
Good targeting, good stun as well. Now, with the rhythm of beats, Chorizo will try to cut him out. All the damage is there, but it's not enough. Bigatron Alpha now playing it slow. Super Chorizo somehow targeted by Bronze is able to escape for now. But it's a very, very patient game now from both teams.
Truly is, but Taz is really low and he's 2 levels below of Super Ken. Is this something that Evos Legends truly want to go for a contest on? Looks difficult. Super Chorizo already doing really well with the waves. Bigatron Alpha, Super Ken, none of them. They're all not going in for the commitment onto the Lord.
Now Super Chorizo is showing on the top side though. Evos Legends have a bit of an urgency if they want to try and get some more value. They will be able to get the mid tower, it seems, by pushing that wave just a bit. So good management, good maneuvers, but they might lose this top turret unless Brands moves to clear it. This could be the green light for Bigatron Alpha to make a full commitment towards this turtle, this Lord.
That's a conceal, that's a green light. Let's see, Fluffy now. The hunt is still not pop touches. There you go, just to cover. He gets taken down. But take a look at Taz, looking for an angle. Super Ken will find the retry as well, though Super Vin will be taken down. Taz finds a double. It's a Lord for 2 members. Bigatron Alpha, they flee from the fight.
Losing 2 for the Lord is still value, but it was a bit of miscoordination, man. Super Vin was able to suppress Taz, but the follow-up just wasn't there. Bigatron Alpha, they just have to be a bit more coordinated, but with this Lord, they have the chance now to elevate that split push strategy even more. Looking at a bit of the items, Bloodlust X for Super Chorizo is allowing him to be this impudent, but he might get punished now.
Okay, let's see. Super Ken just trying his own Van Strong, trying to slow him down as Bob Charge was forced. But it seems like now with Super Vin joining, no, they have not yet to find a connection. Lord, bot side is already charging, is already marching. Bigatron taking it slow. their prio is that tier 1 and 2 in the mid lane.
They're going to be able to get the middle lane one, but more so that top lane too. I think Bigatron Alpha will still be unable to get those inhibitor turrets, and time after time in these team fights, I see that Evos Legends, they're capitalizing on the lack of range coming in from Super Saken, right? Super Saken, let's say Bigatron Alpha looks for a good hook. And then you can see that counter engage coming in from Fluffy and eventually Van Strong with the wild charge. And then the real world manipulation just gets popped in that makes Super Saken a little nervous. Do I go in? Do I commit onto this? Do I wait out the real world manipulation? What do I do? Because if he does commit, there are a lot of moments when he gets taken low, and that is where Taz finds that loophole to take him down, which makes sense. Why his KDA is the way that it is, 1-2-2. Just very little impact in these team fights.
I feel like how defensively he's forced to actually position. He might as well go for something like a sprint, man. Because against the Joy, the Purify won't save you, the Flicker technically won't save you either, but the sprint technically will. It will allow you to run away from Taz long enough for you to survive from his initial electrifying beats. It's a weird, choice. It's a weird option if they want to explore it, but I think it has a bit of value here. But whoa, look at that hook though.
Oh, hook and hunt. Finds Van Strong. Fluffy though, the backside. Will not be able to find anything. Oh, the knockup was huge as Bronze was caught in the middle of everything. Sarizo now hunting. Bronze down as Bronze wasn't able to soak in the damage quite. Now the next viable target. Sarizo though. Wow! That's a double for Taz in the backside. What the heck? He gets stunned. Moreno is there. Taz will be the next in the topping block. 4 members taken out.
For 2 only. Evos Legends losing every single member except from Krite, who is forced to recall because of how low he is. And Bigatron Alpha, they win it on all accords. They're going to be able to blitz this next Lord for themselves for free without any contest, seeing as Taz, it's going to take him 50 seconds to come back in.
Evos Legends, they had a man down, picked off, and they still went for the fight. Even Brands goes in to try and make a play, salvage the losing team fight with the Blazing Duet. But as a result, he gets bursted down by Super Moreno in that fight. That was very unfortunate. And losing the Lord as well, Bigatron Alpha, they're going to try and make full use of this. But it's just a bit of a deja vu situation. Evos Legends still have a very solid wave clear. It's all on Bigatron Alpha to make a crazy play that Evos Legends won't be able to see coming.
And they need to give space for Super Saken. Look how rich he is. He's #1 on the most player gold at the moment. And the reason why we haven't felt his impact is because most of the members, most of the time, Super Saken gets zoned out of the team fight or gets taken out just in general, as a whole. But Taz, he wasn't able to focus on Super Saken. Super Saken was able to deal out that damage with the gold and the items that he's already been able to farm. And now, it's a big question for Evos. How are they going to tackle this?
Lord munches the top base turret.
Taz solo kill?
Oh, almost, you're right. Sarizo barely survives there in the jungles of Evos Legends. But only one base turret here, it seems like, will be the casualty. Bigatron hovering around the mid. Will they be able to succeed though? Super Reno looking for an opening as well, but it seems like Evos Legends, they're too quick with it. The bot tier though will be taken out.
Ooh, you can see that Evos, they're desperate to try and find something in retaliation. Losing the 2 side base turrets, that's actually more damaging than you think. The middle one is the dangerous one because you can just push all the way down if you just get wiped out. But the side lanes, this is what allows that macro gameplay to come in handy. And with the control now, you can see Bigatron, they're a lot more dominant in the positioning, but with the Iron Hook being used, these are the windows that Evos Legends can use to try and go for an aggressive fight.
I agree. And Siege for Bigatron Alpha is not going to be as easy as well. They don't necessarily have the high ground or the range, but Super Saken.
Oh, Super Ken isolated, loses Immortal. Moreno finds Taz in the backside. He will be stunned though. Will be taken out as well. Blazing Duet will not be able to find anyone just yet. Fluffy, next casualty. Super Sorizo opening the fight. Hunting Brands down as it is going to be a 2-for-1. Oh, the minions is enough. Let's see. Bigatron, they can end 3 members just defending. Super Saken and Super Ken. It's reading in the backside. Ben loses Immortal, but it seems like Bronze and friends will be able to clear this one out for now.
Oh, that was so close! The fact that Bronze was able to survive all throughout that, with the fact that that beautiful wall was placed before they went into the base to prevent the other members from Bigatron Alpha to enter. All these things, all these small decisions that Evos Legends made allows them to still stay relevant in this game and even gain earlier control onto the Lord compared to Bigatron Alpha.
Evos, they are desperate for this. They're trying to burst it down, but there's not enough damage. Bigatron has arrived.
Let's see. Oh, Van Strong gets taken out instantly. Cry to the backside. Oh, good play by Sarina. Taz, though, will find the retribution. But what is it for, as 3 members will be taken now? Sorizo finds the double.
What in the world? Taz still able to get that retribution. However, Krite, Bronze, the cores are gone for Evos Legends. Can they defend? Can Fluffy and Taz defend?
Let's see. 1810 will be the spawn for the Lord. Oh, there's no enough time. Bigatron Alpha will end at the base first. Bigatron Alpha finds a reverse. Sweet.
2-1. The red robots taking it against the white tigers. And here they are, the new blood, the new gen, the new